Good morning, beloved. We're reading A Course in Miracles. This is Black Crow Walking, reading Mari Perrin's Course in Miracles. And today we are reading Prelude 30 and 31. You are the creation, like unto your Father, and the family of man is like unto the family of God. Just as children grow in your real world and leave their family separate from their family to begin their own life, so have you done as part of God's family or love's family. Don't let the word God throw you. God is love, so love is the word that you would replace it with if you're having a reaction to that word. In the human family, the separateness and independence that comes with age are seen as a way that things should be. And yet, to return to the family of origin is also seen as natural. Children go away for a time, eager to assert their independence, only later to return. The return is a symbol of maturity and acceptance, and often forgiveness. What does it mean to believe in love or God? You recognize that you cannot know love in the same way in which you know another human being. And yet you keep seeking this type of knowing, even with another human being, knowing that what they stand for, what their truth is, what rules they obey, and how they think, and how what you think aligns with what they do is the essence of knowing them. God or love gave you the word to know love. God gave you the word made flesh as an example to live by, an example of the living God. What more than this is necessary? You seek form when you already have content. Does this make any sense? Alright, so today we're going to look at this again. You are the creation like unto your Father, and the family of man is like unto the family of God. So they are likening us, humanity, as family. Just as children grow in your real world, that's in italics, and leave their family, separate from their family to begin their own life, so have you done it as part of love's family or God's family. And we naturally do that. You know, we push away from our family as teenagers so that we can establish ourselves. And even when a woman's having a baby, she pushes away from her mother so she can establish being mother. And the young man pushes away from father to establish his own power and his own sense of self-worth. It's something that we seem to do unless we're living in a tribe. And then we have the beautiful example of what it is to be a part of. And I was fortunate enough to live with the Native American Indians for a long time. I've also lived in Tonga. And in tribal families, there is an involvement, and there's more of an understanding of what's needed. And I guess they have rituals and ceremonies that help people to feel that coming of age or that sense of responsibility and power. And even the Aboriginals in Australia, where I am, had the same sort of ceremonial powers, rituals at certain ages that allowed people to integrate more into the family from a point of view of belonging, I guess, and that's what we're all desperate for, that belonging. Okay, in the human family, the separateness and independence that comes with age are seen as a way that things should be, and yet a return to the family of origin is also seen as natural. Children go away for a time, eager to assert their independence, only later to return. The return is a symbol of maturity, acceptance, and often of forgiveness. And how I so relate to that, like watching my own family pushing away and separating and establishing their own power, and then finally, like myself, I have returned to the love of my parents. I have returned to caring for them because they're elderly, and there has been a deep forgiveness between me and them, um, and there was, when I was in separation from my parents, there was a deep longing for that acceptance in the family, and a deep longing for the family support, I suppose, but also just a source of love that wasn't available to me or to them, really. So what does it mean to believe in God or to believe in love? You recognize that you cannot know love in the same way in which you know another human being, and yet you keep seeking this type of knowing. It's interesting thinking about that, isn't it? Can we know God, divinity, source energy? Can we know love as we know another human being? I don't know, when I think about it, it's a big feeling in my heart. And I don't think I've ever had that for another human being, that the bigness of that, the bliss of it, I know what it is to be in love, I know what it is to choose love with another human being. But this divine love is so overwhelming and so powerful and so all-consuming, and it makes me conscious of when my energy is totally connected to that, how big it is, that I am that love, I am that relationship with God, I am that relationship with love, and it's huge, no boundaries. Even with another human being, knowing what they stand for and what their truth is, what rules they obey, and how they think, and how what they think aligns with what they do, is the essence of knowing them. God gave you the word to know him by. And what does that mean if you're not a Christian? What does the word mean? And I think it just means love. God gave you love to know him. He gave you love in flesh as an example to live by. We are in flesh, and we are the example to live by love. An example of the living God, an example of living love. And what more than this is necessary? You seek form when you already have content. Does this make any sense? When we're still looking outside ourselves for the love that's inside, we already have the content. We already have that love inside us. We don't need to look for it. It's already there. We just need to awaken and begin to love ourselves. And from that flows this beautiful love for everyone else. And who is this ourselves? Well, it is love living through us, divinity living through us. And we are here always, wherever here is. And that love is here always. It is the content. To come back to this shining spirit that you are, and be present in the world. Show up for yourself. Until we meet tomorrow, may you be blessed. Bye for now.